Artless.io. Hey guys, it's Soph. You're listening to the Sophuckit podcast, where we're unmasking masculinity one story at a time. Keep it here. Welcome back to the Sophuckit podcast, babes. The place where we say what you're thinking. You can sip what we're sipping, which I'm really not sipping on anything, but I do have water over there, but that's too far away. And we never fake a vibe here. This is season 2 of the Sophuckit podcast. And today's episode is called Uncensored Beginnings, because let's be real, every glow up starts with a little chaos, a little crying, and a big ass, fuck it, I'm doing it anyway. I missed you guys, the energy, I missed the messages and the messy DMs, all of it. Season 2 is about growth, healing, and still talking our shit unapologetically. Today we've got 2 guests. One's K Vicious and one is T. And we're going to share some real stories and some talent. Yeah, we've got a big talent portion of this show. I'm excited for it. And I want to introduce our new segment, Ask Me Anything, aka AMA, keeping it short and abbreviated. And I'll get into more of that later and explain that. And then we're going to close with the little game chaos, because it's not so fuck it without some drama. All right, let's kick it off with someone who knows what it means to rebuild from the ground up. Joining me today is K Vicious, someone whose story is going to hit home for a lot of you people. Welcome to Sophuckit, K.
It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's get into it. You've had a wild ride, and I mean that in the best possible way. You faced some real life shit and somehow turned it into something inspiring. Walk me through it. Walk us through it.
Yeah, so I've gone through a decent amount of hardship, anywhere from losing family to losing what felt like, my only friend, to being able to overcome, adversities and challenges.
That's awesome. So, what do you think about men not showing emotion?
I think that the perspective of men needing to show emotion is a little outrageous, but at the same time, like, people feel that they need to understand a man better. But, I don't know.
So why do you think that it's not something that should be done?
Mainly because men keep their emotions hidden because we feel like we have to set an example. Men are looked at as, they always have been looked at as hunters. I hate to put it in that kind of perspective, which is being really sexist, on my part. But the fact that, we need, like, people feel that we need to show more emotion is a bit, I guess, in my personal perspective, crazy, because that's like saying, why can't we understand women better?
Okay.
And that just opens a whole doorway of many different problems, especially for me as a man. And as a married man, doghoused immediately.
Well, what about, like, in today's day and age? I mean, we've seen a lot of things prosper, some things that we wouldn't in particularly have ever thought that we would see out in today's world when we were, let's say, 20 years ago. What do you think, like, do you think men should be more open to showing emotion and not like acting so tough these days? Or do you think it should always be no, men shouldn't show emotion? They should hold that in.
I think it just depends on each person particularly. Like, men grow up looking at other men and aspiring to be like them, if not better. And from that point on, like, men feel like they have to set a certain example for the ones that they're guiding. You know, whether it be children or, you know, students. You know, like, we feel like we are obligated to set this example to show the hard, like, rocky exterior that is a man. You know, and like, pretty much just continuously, you know, reform it after each generation. I don't know. T, what would your perspective be on this?
So I mean, that's what we're asking. You know, about changing the perspective of men and whether or not they should show emotions. Right? That was the general. The general question. Well, you know, I mean, I think I think it absolutely depends on the situation. I guess speak from my experiences. You mentioned teaching. I've been a substitute teacher in parts of my life, and having what's called having some emotional constancy, definitely helps. It can help control chaos that can happen in an environment such as a classroom. Because as our people, especially children, tend to model the behavior that they see. So if they see their teacher, acting out or getting some sort of, they're getting a rise out of them, they're going to, well, A, continue doing that, or B, they're going to think that, oh, that they maybe this person, maybe they're not so tough. But at the same time, like, the biggest thing is just talking to each other. I think if men and women had more dialogue, or more readily start dialogues like we're trying to have on this show, then there wouldn't be things like men having men being forced to hold emotions in, or having emotional outbursts, or those sorts of extremes. Right. So,
and also, like, okay, so I get what you're saying with the kid thing. Like, I get that you need to have a general, the same emotion so kids don't do what you said. But what about concerning relationships? Like, do you think that men should show more in relationships, T? Or what do you think on that?
If I may get a little bit spicy here, I've always been one that says that men should definitely be more emotional in the bedroom. Like, I've always said that, and most women that I bring that question to, they're like, yeah, that's true, and it makes sense, because I gotta know if it's good or not.
And Kay, you don't think that that's really a good idea, because
in a relationship, men try to keep the emotions away from it because it allows for less of a dilemma and less of a problem. Because when you're incorporating female emotions and male emotions, that's just a hot bowl of soup that nobody wants.
It can be. So let's talk a little bit about your growing up, Kay, if we may. Did you like, you look up to your father? Oh, I want to be like my dad. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Growing up, I always looked at my father as, like, pretty much the idol in my family. Like, I wanted to be like my dad. I wanted to be, as strong as my dad. I wanted to have the same endurance as my father. I idolized my dad in a way. And I believe subconsciously a lot of people, a lot of males, young males do, because when they're, when males are growing up, we need direction and we need somebody to point us in that direction. Otherwise, problems, just problems. But when people are directed in the proper way, and they have these figures that they can look up to, it makes a difference. And that's part of the reason why men don't show emotion, is because it reassures that the next, in my mind, I guess, the next generation will will do what they need to do. They'll be prepared. They'll have the, capability, and they'll be taught how to do it correctly. If they were paying attention, at least.
What do you guys think, though, when we're talking about emotion and stuff? Let's say I know somebody personally that has lost their father, and they had to not show emotion during that time because they wanted to be strong for their siblings. They wanted to be strong for their mother. And then later on down the road, he's got some issues because he didn't deal with that emotion through that traumatic experience of losing his dad. What do you guys think about men showing emotion during like traumatic events?
Well, I mean, I can speak for myself and for my experience. I lost my father a decade ago, and it was a traumatic experience for just being there. But, I mean, just to sum it all up, like I remember, like, at the funeral, I being one of the pallbearers, and I just remember it all hitting me all at once. And for a split second, I was like, "Do I do it? Do I do it?" But I felt like I had to. I really just had a breakdown right then and there, and I did that. I mean, partially because I found out that with my mother passing away, I didn't really do that. I was just I had a different relationship with her anyway, but I didn't want to repeat that, what I thought was a mistake, and let those emotions out and have some conversations with people. So,
all right. So, Kay, what about you?
Well, just like any other person, I believe that they should have the accessibility or the option to be able to display that if they so wish. But in my personal opinion, just like any other man, you push that shit deep down and you bottle it up.
That's not healthy. That's not healthy at all. Should men at least try to show, in your
when
opinion?
is anything in our life healthy?
Well, that's true too, but we can try to eliminate some things, to help our health, like showing emotion when we need to, and not just locking it up and letting it build and build and build. And then, I mean, maybe this is why men have, episodes of breakdown, bipolar disorder moments, because, they never did show what they were going through. They never did show that emotion because, they had to just swallow it. And then it builds over time, does it not?
Yeah. I mean, but that's just like anything else. Like, an example eludes me at this exact moment. I do apologize, Sophie. I'm having technical difficulties and natural disaster interferences with my internet connection, and I may be going in and out every once in a while.
Well, you're good. You're good right now. You just had a little hiccup there for a second, but came back.
All right.
So, Kay, let's go into your music for a minute. What got you into making music?
Well, I can't directly say that I remember what got me into making music, but one of my earliest memories that I can, concur or that I can ponder and remember is was seeing my older brother playing his drum set, and when I got to experience that, I fell in love with music. I started out playing the drums. I worked my way to guitar, singing, playing the bass, playing the piano, and eventually I ended up going to college to be an audio producer.
Wow. That's awesome.
And yeah, my entire life, my goal has been music and music alone. Like, in my personal opinion, music is another language of love.
Yep, I agree. And I also think that music heals too, don't you?
Oh, I think it does more than just heal. Frequencies and sound are what control this world and this universe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ergo, music controls everything.
Did you know that water, if you place an image in front of water and then you take that water and you freeze it, it freezes the same exact image onto the ice? Water retains memory. I think water is alive, and it's just such a beautiful, majestical source of nature, I think. And it's something so simple but so magnificent at the same time. It just goes to show, like, our whole universe. When water is so magical, just picture anything else, you know?
Yeah, so you're saying if you put water like on an image, like on a picture of something, like you can go.
So I was watching a video, and they placed water in front of I want to say like a leaf, like a leaf or something.
Yeah.
And then they took it and froze it, I guess, while it was in front of the leaf. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember. But I guess it was like, as it was freezing, it was looking at the leaf. And so that when they took it out of the freezer, it had the leaf, like the image inside the ice.
Like an outline of it.
Yes. Like, and the leaf did not touch the water at all. Like, the water just retained memory and just copied it. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Where'd the water come from? Just regular water.
Yeah.
Like regular water.
Because I don't want to play around in fish soup, in dead person soup. The ocean is the world's biggest graveyard.
Yeah, that's true. But it does filter
There's nothing
itself.
there. Yeah, it filters itself.
Back in the side chat says when it freezes, it keeps the light particles in when it freezes. It's an interesting thought. I mean, I can see that making sense.
So let me ask you, Kay, what was your uncensored beginning?
What do you directly mean? Like that could be taken and construed in very different ways.
Whatever you want it to mean. The title of the show is Uncensored Beginnings, so I'm asking you this trick question. No, it's really not a trick question.
Well, this one time at band camp, I just happened to play this flute the wrong way, and it just, oh God, flutes, when they don't want to be touched, oh gosh. I tell you, they can stick a blowhole where you just don't want it to go.
This is why I love, like, the uncensoredness of this show. Like, fuck it, I'm done playing safe. Let's just go with it.
We'll do it live.
Yeah. Starting messy, starting scared, but starting anyway. Yeah. Let's move on to the new segment I have for you guys called AMA Ask Me Anything. Ask me anything. This is a little segment we're going to do all season. I'm excited. And so basically through this is you're sending in your anonymous questions, confessions, or chaos. I read them out loud right here on the Sophuckit podcast. No filters, no names, just vibes. You can send me an AMA if you visit Sophuckit.com. You can hit, there's like a little thing section, and you can go directly to it. AMA, ask me anything. We have some that I'm going to read right now. Somebody asks, do you believe in second chances? I do. I know that's not really a long answer, but I do believe in second chances. We're all human. We all fuck up, right? Why do you do this podcast? So many women only do it in order to self-promote. So it's about you. No. I do this podcast to, like I say, if I can keep one person from committing suicide, then I've done my job. I do this podcast to allow people to come up and share, break down walls society has built, and, just bring up the uncomfortable moments and just talk about it. That's why I do this podcast. It helps a lot of people. And then the people out listening to the podcast, they don't feel so alone because, maybe they're listening to somebody that's guest speaking that is sharing a similar situation that person is going through. So they feel less alone in the world. Let's see what else we have. Somebody asked me, do you have BPD, bipolar disorder? Good question. I don't know. I think that I show tendencies, like bipolar disorder tendencies. Have I ever been diagnosed? No, I haven't. My father, now that's a different story. He does have bipolar disorder, but I am nothing like my dad. Oh my gosh, this is this uncensoredness that I love. This is a two-part
Here we go.
This is a two-part question. Number one, when are you going to have some fucking on the podcast? And part two, where do we buy your spicy content and for how much? We're not going to do fucking on the podcast. Sorry, guys. I know. I'm sorry. It's a shame. And then the second question, that's not for this right now. Okay. Last question I'm going to read. Somebody wrote, I've been doing shit for 20 plus years. I use every day. I used to be a bad guy, but no more. Been out of the pen for 11 years. Congratulations. Now not in a hint of trouble. My question is, how many of us are in a relationship with a decent partner? Do they use? Every girl I meet just wants money. No one knows what loyalty is or decency is. Ooh, that's actually pretty tough to answer. So basically you're asking how many of us are in a different or in a decent relationship with a partner. Like, do they use, like, are we using drugs or are we not using drugs? I'm assuming if you're using drugs, do you have a partner? Okay, decent partner. I think that depends. And I think that deep down, if they're a good person, it doesn't matter if they're using substances or not. I think substances, if they get too, like, on one, I think that it can definitely make a difference with their decency of the individual. But I think that if they're truly a good person deep down, that it shouldn't matter. Yeah, what are you guys saying in the chat? Let me read this real quick. All right, so sober partners experience that as well. So I definitely think it all comes down to the individual. I agree. And then it's possible. Okay, cool. And then I'll read one more. Why not? One more. Let me see.
So, why not?
Yeah, so fuck it. Why not? Some of these are just... Oh, somebody read, Soph, will you please do a day in the life or a get ready with me? I really want to see both how you do your makeup. Wait, I want to see both and see how you do your makeup. Okay, I can do that. That would actually be kind of cool. Something different. Why not? Sophuckit, right? Yeah, I can do that. All right, so guys, send in your AMAs for next week if you've not sent any in. Again, you can find those or send those in on the link on Sophuckit.com. So let's do our talent section. This one's called Show Us What You Got section. And we have T, who's going to lighten the mood and show off some damn talent. So please welcome T to the stage, and I'm going to mute us, me and Kay, and leave you the floor. Go for it.
You can call this one that smells like tea spirit, if you will, on order. Here we go.
Wow, that was really good. Good job. That was
Honestly,
awesome.
yeah. I tried flipping my recorder like a drumstick at the end of it. I didn't quite catch it, but you know.
And you have a YouTube channel, correct?
I do. YouTube.com/TQuarter. That's spelled TEECORDER. So it's a pun on the
And I will
mixed with the recorder.
I'll put a link in the description at the bottom. And yeah, let's close this out with game time. We can't end season 2's first episode without a little bit of chaos, and it's time for what I call Wheel of Mess. So here's how it works. Both of you are playing K and T, and I will ask each of you a question. Actually, the computer randomizes, and I'm going to share my screen, and you can see more of what I'm talking about. And this is why I love this segment. It exposes people in the best way while having fun. So let me share my screen here. I already put in the things, the players. So we've got T and K. So I'm going to spin. All right. K. Read. Oh, by the way, you can answer it or you can say, so fuck it, and pass. All right. So that's your safe word. So fuck it. So, Kay, read the last message you deleted in your DMs.
Which DMs?
You pick.
Well, I can't really tell you because it's deleted.
Well, like, is your trash, like, did you delete your trash?
My trash is empty.
Oh, darn. All right, so you're going to have to just pass. T.
Yes, Soph.
Would you rather have sex to the sound of crying babies or a motivational podcast?
Motivational podcast easily. I mean, I understand that there's baby making music, but the actual sound of babies that are crying, not so much. If anything, the motivational podcast will, help me get my mind right, get my mind focused on the task at hand.
Okay. Okay. Describe your worst hookups using only movie titles.
Okay. So we would start with like Enchanted, and then we'd work our way up to like The Thing and Monsters Inc.
The Thing.
And then you can't forget San Andreas.
That's so funny. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think that works. Oh, Alien. You have to throw that in there somewhere too.
You got to throw that in there. All right.
Go!
T. Scroll through your text messages and read the first thirst trap you sent this year.
The first thirst trap this year. Okay, so
say that 10 times fast.
Read the first thirst trap. Okay, so what does it mean by read the first? So does that mean read the? So what's a thirst trap by definition? By definition for stars, is that
a booty call?
Trying to get laid. Trying to get some.
Okay, gotcha.
A booty call. I just look over and I say, hey, take your pants off.
Oh man, I'm trying to say. Let me see here. It's like read the text, so like the whole conversation.
Just the message where you're trying to get laid.
Well, I can't find it. I can't find it on my phone exactly, but the gist of it was trying to get a hotel room. It was trying to get her to go to a hotel room.
That's right. Yep, exactly.
And it's yeah. There you go.
It's okay.
All
Shit
right.
happens.
Okay.
He just said, "Hey, baby, you sexy. I want to see more."
Okay. What's the most embarrassing thing you've done out of jealousy?
I fucked my homie's girl.
Oh my gosh. Yep.
You want to know why? Because he fucked mine.
Eye for an eye. Okay. That's what we're doing. All right, T. I'm gonna do another one. Let's spin that again. Okay. Okay, T. Call someone in your contacts and confess a made-up secret.
At this time of night, I'm so fuck it.
Oh man. Okay.
I can't do it.
K. Same thing. Call someone in your contacts and confess a
Okay.
made-up secret. Oh, here we go, guys.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I gotta find my phone. Where'd my phone go?
Oh my gosh, this is
Oh,
so.
there it is.
This is so.
There it is. I got it. I got it.
Okay, everybody, be quiet. I'm gonna mute.
Alright. Alright, let me see if I can do this. Let's see if this will work right.
Yeah, who are we calling?
There's a buddy of mine. His name is Tristan.
Tristan. Okay. And what are we gonna tell him?
I have ass mites.
Ass mites. Oh, love it. Lovely.
Hopefully he answers. Nope, he didn't answer. I tried.
Darn. That would have been
I
so
tried.
funny. Hey, buddy, I have ass mites. We'll see what he says via DM. All right. So as we're waiting on that, I will post it somewhere. Where can I post it? We'll take a screenshot when he replies, and I'll post it in, let's say, episode discussion. I'll post it there. All right, babes, that's a wrap on Uncensored Beginnings. If today reminded you that it's okay to start over, to mess up, or just to say, so fuck it, try again, then I did my job. Massive thank you to both of my guests here today. K Vicious, thank you for being here. T, thank you for being here.
It was a pleasure.
And thank you guys to those of you who sent in AMAs. And if you didn't send in your wacky questions or comments, you've got next week. And so you've got a whole week. You can send it in starting now, and I will read it on next week's episode. If you love what we're doing here and want to help keep the chaos alive, hit that donate button. You can donate to help our show grow on Sophuckit.com. And I will put the link to that website in the description below too on YouTube. Every bit helps us stay independent and unfiltered. This is Soph signing off, reminding you beginnings are messy, but the best ones usually are. Stay bold, stay real, and as always, Sophuckit. See you guys next time.
Shots fired, y'all running, I'm a monster in the game. Spitting bars, bodies drop shit, I don't feel no pain. Bass knocking, heavy chest pumping like a drum. Put the barrel to your head and then we'll see who's fucking done. Homies laughing, sparks fly, I just grin. Steel on my side, I ain't afraid to sin. Money on my mind, I got the clip loaded tight. You test me wrong, oh, and I'll end your night. Crowd hype, fists up, energy's insane. We moving through the smoke, laughing at the pain. Life's rough, nights long, I own the fight. Keep your head on swivel, screwed up all tight. Life's frozen, still in ice, words you can't rescind. Your promises like brittle glass are haunting me with a devilish grin. Life's frozen, still in ice, words you can't rescind. Your promises like brittle glass are haunting me with a devilish grin. in England, chocolate with the black. Fine. Monster in the game. Fine. Yo, fun. Monster in the game. Life's frozen still in ice. Words you can't rescind. Your promises like brittle glass are haunting me with the devil's grin. Life's frozen still in ice. Words you can't rescind. Your promises like brittle glass are haunting me with the devil's grin.